Good morning, everybody. Carrie from KDS Insurance Services down in Texas. And I'm doing a video today. I wanted to catch up on a subject I talked about, several times in the past, but there's still a lot of questions. I still get a lot of messages every day, talk to people every day, and there's just a lot of confusion when it comes to auto insurance and what all of the coverages on auto insurance are and what they mean. And I get it. It can be really confusing. And because the cost of auto insurance has gone up, many people are trying to find ways that they can save money. And I totally understand that too. I'm a consumer too. I see a 63% change in my premiums too. So let's go with from the top down. Okay, and I'm talking in Texas, and I would assume in the majority of the other states, the same sort of principle, same sort of requirements apply from your state. So here in Texas, if your vehicle is registered and on the road, the items that you must have according to the state are liability insurance. Okay, that is what you must carry on your vehicle to protect the public from you. So if you are in an accident, it is your fault, and you run into somebody, you cause them damage, you injure them, or you damage their property, and it's your fault, that's liability insurance, and your policy will pay for the other party's damages and repairs. Now, there are limits to that, and there's brackets. There's the minimum, the next limit, and so on and so forth. So you have to be very careful about this, because the state minimums here in Texas are $30,000, $60,000, $25,000. That means $30,000 per person for medical expenses and pain and suffering, $60,000 for the entire accident, so per person, the entire accident, and the third number is property damage. So if you damage my car and you carry the state minimums, your policy can only pay up to $25,000. Well, if I'm in a Land Rover, my Land Rover is worth a lot more than $25,000, so that then becomes your responsibility. So there's liability insurance. Then there is uninsured motorist. Now, that is not required by the state. That is a product coverage that you can buy to protect yourself in the event that you're hit by somebody who has no insurance or who has minimal insurance. And you have pain and suffering, medical bills, lost wages, and damage to your vehicle. It's not a requirement, though. It is up to you whether or not you want to carry that. Then we get into this full coverage term. Full coverage means carrying comprehensive and collision. Okay? Comprehensive is theft, fire, vandalism, water damage, hail damage, if you hit an animal. Comprehensive, windshields, all your glass. That is windshield. That is comprehensive. Some carriers offer a zero deductible, which is called full glass. It is not mandatory in the state of Texas, however. There is a lot of confusion on that. You have to choose whether or not you have full glass. Okay, in some states like Arizona, for example, it is mandatory and it is full glass, but in the state of Texas, it is not. You have to purchase it that way. Then there is collision. Collision, obviously, is if you collide with something. This is where your vehicle would be repaired in the event that you have an accident and it's your fault and you've got to repair your car. The banks all require, if you have money that is owed on your vehicle, they all require comprehensive and collision. They want to make sure their vehicle is taken care of. They want to make sure it's replaced if it's stolen. And they want to make sure that if you wreck it, you repair it. So comprehensive and collision are required by your banks. Then you have personal injury protection. This is an additional coverage that you buy for yourself that helps to pay for medical bills and lost wages. So if you're injured in a car accident and you have to be off of work, it will help to offset your medical bills and pay for any time off work. Then there's medical payments. This is very similar to personal injury, except it does not include lost wages. So if you're retired, then you would purchase medical payments, and it too pays for any medical bills that you have as the result of an accident. Then there is rental car. Rental car is just what it says. It's rental car, but it is not rental car for you to use when you go and put your vehicle in a shop. Okay, that's not rental car. Rental car is for your vehicle in the event that you're in an accident and you need a rental car. It's not just using your insurance policy to get a rental if you put your vehicle in the shop, for example, and you have to have repairs or whatever done. It has to be the result of an accident. Then there's towing or roadside assistance. Obviously, this is where if you break down, if you run out of gas, if you have a flat tire, you lock your keys in the car, any sort of roadside assistance that you may need, that's what it's called. It's also towing. So if you have to have your vehicle towed somewhere, then this would cover that. A lot of carriers also offer a death benefit. So if you're killed in a car accident, you can buy a death benefit. There's also gap insurance from a lot of carriers. This is what you buy to help offset the difference if your vehicle is in a car accident and is totaled and there is a loan on your vehicle and the vehicle is worth less than the amount of your loan. Gap insurance would then come in and pick up that difference. You can always buy gap when you purchase a vehicle, but you can also get it through some insurance companies. So we have liability insurance, uninsured motorist, personal injury protection, medical payments, comprehensive collision, rental car, towing, a death benefit, and gap insurance. There's a lot of discounts with a lot of insurance companies, and I want you to remember a very important thing I'm about to tell you. Insurance companies look at 5 years worth of your driving record and your loss history. Most companies today give you a very big discount if you have 0 claims on your record for 5 years. And I mean 0 claims, not even a claim or a windshield claim or an accident that's not your fault. 0. You have no activity on your policy for 5 years. Then you get a discount. However, you will not get a discount if you have a claim for a windshield, because that is a claim. It's 0 claims for 5 years. It's also very important to remember when you're in a car accidents stay on your record for 5 years. They are surchargeable for 3 of those 5 years. So if you have an at-fault accident, you need to understand insurance companies have the right to surcharge you for that accident for 5 years. For 3 years. They can consider it for 5 years. So again, if you have an accident and it's within, let's say, year 4, it's not going to be surcharged any longer, but it is going to prevent you from getting that big 5-year accident-free discount. Also remember, with auto insurance, you generally have deductibles. So on your comp and your collision, for example, if you total your vehicle and you have a $1,000 deductible, the insurance company is going to pay you whatever the vehicle is worth minus your deductible. Same thing for collision here. And on uninsured motorist, in Texas, we have a $250 state deductible. If you have an uninsured motorist claim and your vehicle is damaged and you need to get it repaired because somebody runs into you in a parking lot and they take off and you don't know who's done that, you can turn that in as uninsured motorist claim, and you will have to pay a state deductible of $250. That's here in Texas. So I know this is confusing. I know it is overwhelming to a lot of people. Get with your agent. Ask the questions. What I would suggest is if you're still confused and you need more help, write down your questions, call your agent, and your agent will be happy to explain all this to you. This is Carrie from KDS Insurance Services. As always, feel free to reach out to me if I can answer any questions in general terms for you. And I look forward to hearing from you. Have a great Wednesday. By the way, happy Valentine's Day. This is Carrie from Houston. Take care.